Picture this, a sunny Tuesday morning, the aroma of freshly brewed coffee filling the air. I'm surrounded by three incredible pastors: Adam, known for his infectious laugh and love for dad jokes; Sarah, a beacon of grace and wisdom, juggling ministry with motherhood; and Michael, a gifted teacher with a heart for equipping parents. We're gathered around a table laden with pastries, our conversation buzzing with the shared language of parenthood. We're diving deep into a topic close to our hearts: godly parenting. But don't think for a second that this is a stuffy theological debate. We're talking about the nitty-gritty, the hilarious, and the heartwarming realities of raising children in a world that often feels at odds with our values. Think sticky fingers, bedtime battles, and the ever-present question, are we doing this right? As we swap stories, laughter erupts as Pastor Adam recounts the time his son decided to give their dog a peanut butter facial. I walked in to find the dog looking bewildered and my son covered head to toe in peanut butter. He chuckles. It was one of those moments where you don't know whether to laugh or cry. His story resonates with everyone at the table. We've all been there, caught in those chaotic, messy moments that make us question our sanity. But as we share our experiences, a beautiful truth emerges. We're not alone in this journey.
Parenting is messy, Pastor Adam begins, wiping a tear from his eye, still chuckling at the memory of the peanut butter incident. But it's in the mess that we discover the beauty of God's grace. He shares how his initial instinct as a young father was to control everything, to create a perfect environment for his children to thrive. But life has a way of throwing curveballs, he admits. I soon realized that my job wasn't to shield my children from every difficulty, but to equip them to face life's challenges with courage and resilience. This shift in perspective, he explains, transformed his approach to parenting. Instead of striving for perfection, he began to see the humor in the everyday chaos, to find joy in the midst of spilled milk and sibling squabbles. It's about embracing the mess, he emphasizes, and trusting that God is present even in the most chaotic moments. His words are a breath of fresh air, a reminder that we don't have to have it all together to be good parents. In fact, it's in our imperfections that God's grace shines through most brightly.
Don't underestimate the spiritual significance of the mundane. Pastor Sarah chimes in, her voice gentle yet firm. As a mother of 3 young children, she understands the demands of parenthood firsthand. It's easy to get caught up in the day-to-day tasks. The diaper changes, the meal preparations, the endless cycle of laundry, she acknowledges. But we must remember that these seemingly ordinary moments are opportunities to connect with our children and to model God's love. She shares how she views even the most routine tasks as acts of worship, a way to serve her family with joy and devotion. When I'm changing a diaper, she explains, I see it as a chance to shower my child with affection, to sing songs of praise, to speak blessings over their life. Her words are a powerful reminder that parenting is not merely a duty, but a sacred calling. It's in the ordinary moments, the everyday acts of love and service, that we cultivate an extraordinary faith in our children.
Discipline is not a dirty word, Pastor Michael asserts, his tone both playful and firm. It's an act of love, a way to guide our children towards wisdom and maturity. He emphasizes the importance of establishing clear boundaries and consequences, but always within a framework of love and understanding. Our goal is not to punish, but to teach, he explains. It's about helping our children understand the natural consequences of their actions and to make better choices in the future. He also stresses the power of humor in discipline. Sometimes a little laughter can go a long way, he says with a twinkle in his eye. It can diffuse tense situations and create an environment where children feel safe to learn from their mistakes. His insights remind us that discipline is not about being harsh or punitive, but about guiding our children with love, grace, and a healthy dose of humor.
Section 5. The Power of Shared Stories, a Tapestry of Grace. As our conversation continues, I'm struck by the power of shared stories. Each anecdote, each nugget of wisdom, weaves together a beautiful tapestry of grace, reminding us that we're not alone in the trenches of parenthood. There's something incredibly comforting about knowing that even pastors, those we often put on pedestals, face the same struggles, experience the same joys, and question themselves with the same fervency. It's in these raw, authentic moments that we discover the true meaning of community, a safe space to be vulnerable, to seek support, and to celebrate the messy, beautiful journey of parenthood. These shared stories are not just sources of encouragement, they're valuable tools for growth. By listening to each other's experiences, we gain new perspectives, learn from each other's mistakes, and discover creative solutions to common challenges.
As our conversation turns towards practical advice, I pull out my well-worn Bible, my fingers tracing the familiar verses of Proverbs. The book of Proverbs is a treasure trove of wisdom for parents, I share, my voice filled with reverence.
He points to Proverbs 22:6, "Train up a child in the way he should go. Even when he is old, he will not depart from it." This verse, he explains, is not a guarantee but a principle. It reminds us that our consistent efforts to instill godly values in our children have a lasting impact.
Pastor Sarah adds Proverbs also emphasizes the importance of discipline, both corrective and proactive.
She quotes Proverbs 13:24, "Whoever spares the rod hates his son, but he who loves him is diligent to discipline him." This doesn't necessarily refer to physical discipline, she clarifies, but to consistent, loving correction that guides our children towards righteousness.
These timeless principles, woven into the fabric of Scripture, offer practical guidance for navigating the complexities of parenthood.
Section 7. Building a legacy. Little eyes are watching. As we delve deeper into the Scriptures, I emphasize the importance of modeling the faith we want to see in our children. Our children are always watching, I remind us. They learn more from our actions than our words.
He challenges us to examine our own lives, to ask ourselves if we're embodying the values we're trying to instill in our children.
Are we patient, kind, and forgiving, I ask? Do we prioritize prayer and seek God's guidance in our own lives?
His words are a poignant reminder that our children are not just our legacy, but our responsibility. We have a sacred duty to model a faith that is authentic, vibrant, and contagious. Section 8. Raising arrows aiming for the heart of God. As our conversation draws to a close, I'm reminded of Psalm 127. "For, like arrows in the hand of a warrior, are the children of one's youth." This powerful imagery captures the essence of godly parenting. We are called to be warriors, raising our children to be arrows aimed at the heart of God. Just as an archer carefully crafts and aims his arrows, so too must we invest time and intentionality in shaping the hearts and minds of our children. We must equip them with the armor of God, teaching them to stand firm in their faith and to face life's challenges with courage and conviction. Our ultimate goal is not to raise successful children, but to raise children who love God, who walk in obedience to His Word, and who use their gifts and talents to make a difference in the world. Section 9. Embracing imperfection, grace for the journey. As we gather our belongings, I'm overwhelmed by a sense of gratitude. This gathering has been a beautiful reminder that parenting, while challenging, is also incredibly rewarding. It's a journey filled with laughter, tears, and countless opportunities for growth. And here's the best part, we don't have to be perfect parents. In fact, it's in our imperfections that God's grace shines through most brightly. When we stumble, when we fall short, we can cling to the promise of Romans 8:28. And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose. So let's embrace the mess, find joy in the journey, and extend grace to ourselves and our children. Section 10. Finding joy in the journey, celebrating milestones big and small. As we say our goodbyes, I'm reminded of the importance of celebrating the milestones, both big and small. It's easy to get caught up in the day-to-day challenges of parenting and forget to pause and appreciate the incredible privilege it is to raise children. Whether it's a first step, a lost tooth, a graduation ceremony, or simply a heartfelt conversation, let's make a conscious effort to cherish these moments and create lasting memories. Let's fill our homes with laughter, love, and the sweet aroma of freshly baked cookies, even if they end up a little burnt. Parenting is a marathon, not a sprint. Let's pace ourselves, support each other, and find joy in the journey. Section 11. A final blessing, you are not alone. As you navigate the beautiful, messy, and often challenging journey of parenthood, remember this, you are not alone. God is with you every step of the way, guiding you, strengthening you, and showering you with his unconditional love. And so are we. Let's continue to encourage one another, share our stories, and build each other up in faith. Together, let's raise a generation of children who will change the world for Christ.